It's time. Shawn, see you back in here with another video. And I know I'm late, but I have an excuse. I lied. I don't have an excuse. I'm gonna end up cutting that whole blank piece of shit of me lying to you guys out. I just came up with a big lie. I tried to sell it. It didn't work. I didn't believe in it. I wasn't comfortable. I just lied. I'm sorry. I'm a dishonest little piece of shit. It's MF Doomsday, and I have never been more I've been more excited. Let me calm down. I feel like it's been a while since I've hit you guys with a reaction kind of video. I've been so busy with these discussion videos as well. I mean, it's just so much fun giving my opinion. Whether people agree with it or not, that's on them. Yeah, I like reaction videos, I like review videos, I also like doing, discussion videos. Get you a YouTuber that can do both. Kept you guys waiting long enough. We got Operation Doomsday from MF Doom. I really enjoyed the last previous. Oh man, if I had a gun. I really enjoy his previous projects that I listened to already. Obviously, if you just said you enjoyed them, that means you listened to them. Oh my god. Let's just get it started, alright? MF Doom, Operation Doomsday, let's give it a listen. I'm so unprepared, my shit's not even synced up. Track number 1, The Time We Faced Doom, and it's a skit. Let's go.
Be on our tip, man. You know she gonna want to write about me and my man here, all kind of. She put this picture in the paper. That's gonna be an end secret exposed. I don't want my picture in the paper. Look.
Who will be the first to tell me of a past adventure?
No, I ain't saying that.
Why don't you tell him about the time we...
So, quick question. I think, a lot of the times when I hear MF Doom open up these projects, he starts out with this Doom character. I don't know if that's Doom, like, from Fantastic Four that he's trying to reference, or if he's trying to paint himself as the villain. Whichever the case, I definitely enjoy the skit. It adds a classical element, and it definitely gives me this old, villainous superhero kind of fight vibe going on. So I like the theme that he's kept throughout, his discography so far. Next track, we got Doomsday featuring Pebbles, I can't read the rest of the name.
Cop a lot, but never cop no drop. Hold mics like ponytails tight and bobble out. You silly? I like to take men to the end for 2 milli. That's the audio daily double. Rapper gon' see cypher punk, leave a
I knew he was gonna say that.
If they man's mind their own business, that's the difference between sissy pissy rappers is double dutch. How come I hold a microphone double clutch?
Oh, I love what he just said right there. Real men mind their own business. If that isn't the truest shit I've ever heard, man, like, yes, can't stand a dude that's a busybody. That's the worst thing in the world.
Now, wet dreams of Fox Brown on Doomsday. Ever since the
Wet Dreams of Fox Brown? Really? I mean, he did have a song where he was basically jacking off in the last album I listened to.
Known amongst hoes for the bang bang. Known amongst foes for flow without no talking orangutan. Only gin and tang. Guzzle out a rusty tin can. The whole world could feel you, MC.
I just got vocally violated. Double V'd. Track number 3, Rhymes Like Dimes.
Dangerous, but it's most strange. I sell rhymes like dimes. The one who mostly keep cash but brag about the broken time.
I sell rhymes like dime. Why did I just catch that?
So I give them something to remember like the Alamo. Tally ho, a high joker like Space Game with them. Gentleman who lent a pen to a friend and write with them. Never seen surrender now, so for serious setbacks. Got get back, connects, wet back, get stacks. Even if you guys get...
There was a lot to take in on that track. I definitely like the hook part. I don't even know if it was a hook. It's just, I sell rhymes like dime. He keeps going, and I don't think he really stops. And for me on that track, I think it could have been to his detriment. He just breaks you down, he breaks you down mentally. Track number 4, The Finest, featuring Tommy Gun. Tommy Gun.
As the life cycle goes on, and you learn to hold on.
This sounds familiar.
Like
Oh, I know this is fucking familiar.
Trying to find Puma, sooner the better. We can hit the sweater already through your leather. We coming through the brutal weather. We been well off to bust a shell off. The dick riders get the hell off. Made a call to a client, he must have had to sell off. I need a cut, a taper up, edge up. Niggas can't measure up. I'm here to get the treasure up. Suppose I'm high, told to multiply, but then the prophecy, so the lie. With many styles, better still feel like number 26 on a roulette wheel.
That track was so mixed for me. Parts about it that I liked, and I guess the biggest downfall for that track, in my opinion, was the fact that Tommy Gun, I don't think, really tried to or attempted to stay on beat at all for that track. I definitely liked it, and I liked where, Doom was going with it as well. I think both of them kind of miss beats some of the time, and that's kind of where that's kind of like the negative side. When he gets in there, he's in there. You know, like you know how when you're having sex, you know, eventually you'll learn to switch up your stroke, and you know, you make it feel good. You don't just keep going in and out and in and out and in and out, and then you know, that's kind of boring. So you got to switch up the stroke game a little bit. That's what I mean. On that track, it was really, really consistent. And not to say that it was like bad by any means, but it just wasn't, it didn't grab my attention and hold it. Lyrically, the best part of that song for me was when he was talking about the girl in the black dress, thinking that she's all that. She ends up calling him. So, I mean, I like that part of the song. Next track, we got Back in the Days.
Look at that equipment. I wonder what Doom's working on.
He does this shit every time. He gives me an amazing beat for a skit, and then I'm like, dude, I wish you would rap on it. Track number 6, Go With The Flow.
All the Monster Allen masters, and beware before I triple dare you like the last kid who asked me what we don't got that you got. Sons, I chop these drums on truly yours, G-Rap. Actual fact, relax. As I pull it to the chest, a super motherfucking villain, grip the mic with an iron hand. To the fire, speak your piece. Only once you're spoken to first. Now let me hear your verse. Throw them to my collections of skulls and spines like Predator. Fuck around. With Jet Jaguar and James Brown. Let me myself, I got flavors that outtakes most. With numb gums, some rhymes is late toast. Back to you, MF.
Wait, did he just pass the mic back to himself? He said, back to you, MF Doom. Is he... This dude's a fuck... What's going on? I love that. I love the production on there. I love that he actually experimented with flows on that track. He's got an aggressive, a little bit more of a braggadocious kind of flow. You know, it seems like he's always talking about, you know, rappers. He has that same mentality of, you know, kind of telling other rappers to be humble. You're not as great as you think you are. Really enjoyable track, and production on that one was really good as well. Track number 7, Tick Tick featuring MF Grimm.
The more you know that you don't know shit.
I love that. The more you know, the less you know, basically. I feel that way in life. The more I learn, the less I know.
This number 1 out of 6. Jesus, the mind teases, reality crack the pieces.
What is this?
My mind is heaven's gate, so enter me. My mind's the gate to hell, so try to flee.
What the fuck? This is so creepy. He just said, my mind's the gate to heaven, enter me. My mind's the gate to hell, try to flee. And then the background music is just so ominous. It's experimental to a point. I like hearing music like this because I know it's got to be from a demented point of view. Like, this is cool.
You want to sleep, but the mind can't rest. Measure pleasure through financial progress. Lies disguised as allies to sabotage camouflage.
Can't even bob my head or move because it keeps slowing down, speeding up, switching.
Slow it up, speed it up, slow it up, speed it up. Metal fingers, beat it up, slow it up, speed it up. Metal fingers, beat. Chop that ass in half like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Greatest of all time. The devil even told me icicles. Speed it up, slow it up, speed it up, slow it up.
That track triggered me. I don't know what to say. My interpretation of it is more or less like, how much time do we have left? Or maybe he's speaking about himself. How much time does he have left before? Because I think he references or says, you know, God telling him he's the greatest, but the devil also telling him he's the same thing. I'm not 100% sure, but it didn't sound like MF Doom kind of voice. Oh my god, this dude is fucking with my head. I don't know, maybe I'm interpreting it like this, okay? When he says my mind is the gates of heaven, enter me, it's like people see all these things that remind them of this perfect lifestyle, so they go and they do anything, they drop everything they're doing to go get it. And then he also says my mind is hell, try to flee. So it's like once you get to that point that you've always wanted to be, you realize it's not what it seems, and now you can't get out. That's how I feel about that track. I love tracks like that, man. I really do. I love tracks that are demented and a little bit darker, and they give, you know, a different vibe, a way different interpretation. I love music like that. Let's go to track number 8, Red and Gold. Oh my god. Oh, that beat is hitting at just the right time.
It's compelling us to break them off, no reassembling, no science fiction to no getting in you. But you frequently like how phases of the moon would do. You can gather around like it was an eclipse. Just don't look directly to the bitch. He
just said, fuck what you frequently like the moon do. Like it was an eclipse. Just don't look right into the bitch. You might get blinded. Like, this is what I love when people take just one thing and they stretch it. They take something and they stretch it and make it, pause. They stretch it and they make it like, I want to know what MF Doom could say about this fucking Nike shoe. How many rhymes can you spit about this shit? How many? Just do it.
All hell, King Keedra, the third rail. Fuck up and get his man killed. 2 bottles of dog by his hands filled.
Oh, now that's awesome.
Was his fist in the speaker's back. Couldn't think of no unique track, no sneak attack.
Oh.
Instead of the Bobby better pedigree. With nicknames,
Yo,
shit games,
are you serious?
That city slicker got bad cause of the dirty chick.
That was some really heavy production. Like I said, I just love when he raps like that. I love when there's so much that he can take from a certain topic or a certain object and just stretch it. I love that. The only thing I sometimes have an issue with is, you know, how the production kind of overshadows his voice at times, but I think that could just be, you know, surround. I definitely think I hear him way more clear when I listen to him with headphones on, so I don't really hold him to that same critique. Track number 9, The Hands of Doom. See? I know he's not gonna rap on it.
He's like by himself in his own world and whatnot. He don't care about nobody around him.
Come on, man, I've been knowing for a long time that was...
I don't know what that was, that little skit where she... I think that's from an old film, too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, like an old movie or an old show or something like that. Next track, we got Who You Think I Am. Oh, I love this production.
When I rock, jock niggas and shell shock. Oh, me, you plus them niggas, man.
Legible triangle hat says Dutch. Lyrics precise like forensic science. Leave you in tango for months. Judge it for the wickedness of those who life and worship death. Be a savage, match it out.
Go, we stop the cold in the tracks and take all the chips and sits. Flip the calisthenic, toss the Andy Pettit to set it. Interaction with jet lag, where brothers specialize in ways how it's not to get bagged.
I think everybody flowed really, really well on that track, honestly. And in the very beginning, I forget, I just don't know who it was. He was rapping just in his own world, in his own lane. And for me, I think that actually worked for him a lot because the beat was so consistent. Like the beat stayed the same throughout majority of this thing. But him rapping in like his own world really, really worked out for him. And I like how Doom went damn near the last. It was like they were all teaming up to go do a bank robbery. The fucking beat along with the fucking flute, like, oh, like that whole track was bodied by all of them. Next track, Doom, Are You Awake?
Before you cause greater harm, get out of here! This is just some tragedy. For a few days later, his bandages were removed.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that, how he's sticking to the skit and he's really painting himself as the villain. I like that about this whole project and about all of it so far. Track number 12, we got Hey.
Good evening,
Wait a fucking minute. I know I've heard this shit before. I know for a bro. Where did I hear this instrumental or this beat? It had to be from a movie or I don't know where I heard it from. I don't know where I heard it from. Where did I hear this?
I only play the games that I win at and stay the same with more rhymes than his ways to skin cats. With more rhymes and ways to fillet felines in these days. Watch the path of the black that flows and snotty nose and holds mics like he knows karate body blows. Nobody knows the trouble I see from the MPV fly dirty tailing the bubble I-30. For the record, this is something since when a nigga never really been too clean shaven. Misbehaving rap stars, and it hit me like the point of intoxication. Nigga, come out and rock this nation like oxidation. A lot of niggas out is rusty like oxidation. In this world,
he's still going. Like in the very beginning of the song, he hits me with the best bar. I only play games that I win at with more rhymes than ways to skin a cat. As a matter of fact, let me rephrase. More rhymes than ways to fillet felines these days, I think he said. Like, you open the track rapping like this, and then he's still going, like, his lyrics, dude. Then he's like, for the record, this some shit I just thought of, y'all. Science fiction, some shit that's not admissible in the court of law. This entire song is exactly why I like MF Doom. And I don't know if I can, I can't come back from this. Later. I don't know what that beat was from. I know I've heard it before. I don't know where I've heard it, but I know I've heard it. He bodied that. That's probably my favorite track. Hey, and the one with all the features. The other one, You Think I Am, and Tick Tick. These are my favorites so far. Next track, Operation Greenbacks. Oh.
Five Tracks, that's what she called me. Cause I don't wear no Stetson hats like Paul C. As y'all see, I held her firmly yet gentle as a soft seed. She said, the one with the horse weed, the real. Choose your weapon, microphone, beats, or the wheels of steel. I own a crown, all briefing.
That sample right there is beautiful.
Came to spark the duff, dumb and blind like Helen Keller. If I'm not with George in the jungle, if he not with Stella.
No. What did you just say? What did you just say? You, Helen Keller, blind, that's all I heard.
I came to spark the duff, dumb and blind like Helen Keller.
I'm
if
done.
I'm not with
I'm
George
done.
in the jungle,
I'm
if
done.
he not...
I don't get it. Like, it was just fire. No. You need to be bigger than that. Yeah. I don't get it. It was just fire. Like, the whole thing was flames. I don't understand. I don't know. I need like a minute. Son of a bitch! Next track, the mic.
Feel the magnetism between us.
The mic.
I was in a case, out of state. She was 13 and good, we had a holiday.
Whoa, wait, what the fuck? Did you just say she was 13? Hold up.
I was in a case, out of state. She was 13 and good, we had a holiday.
What the fuck did he just say? He didn't say 13, I'm stupid, but what did he say?
Blowing up at every spot, we had a little juice. Probably the dom on the app. What a sweet surprise, her with the fly eyes. And fine, choked up, checking me, play testing me till I smoked up. So the whole day, never get enough of you. How you be coming through? Myself into air like
shit.
Oh,
the beat.
Handed up sneakers that has the gats. Freak chicks with their cootie cat raps. And the
holy
dice of that.
This dude's flow! Another track that's just awesome, man. He's an amazing storyteller. He's really great at getting his point across. That track, I think his flow was perfect. He hit every single beat. And that's what I mean. You can have good production and still have lyrics and tell a story. It's not you don't have to compromise one or the other. You can have both. Next track, The Mystery of Doom.
What of doom, my dear lady? As I stood outside your door.
Just another skit, but again, I love that part in it. I can just picture exactly what's happening as that voice is talking. Track number 16, Dead Ben. I've heard this before too. I've heard this before.
When you broke north, I crashed the barbecue like Riddick at the Garden True. That's the garden me, I be your Acura.
He said when I got through I crashed the barbecue like Riddick. Oh my God, where am I? I'm not on camera, where am I? I no longer exist.
It came through raw like the elements. All 99 plus one of them. And with a fool's cool. I won't feel remorse for shit. Except for one.
Let's just move on, man. Like, cause he's really trying to body me before I'm done with this album. Track number 17, Gas Drawls.
Shut up like bullfight. We blooded how we like, couldn't white or in full flight. The commercial, Death Valley, is like rehearsal to the streets, to my peeps. GM, MF on the beat, rhymes. The dirt that I be doing in my dealings. Sending spirits through the ceiling, chrome peeling, dome blown, within the comforts of your own home.
He just said sending spirits through the ceiling. Get your dome blown in the comfort of your own home. Sending spirits to the ceiling. Your head, your mind could technically be the ceiling of your body. Does that mean he's sending shot?
Ass rolling, falling a pound. With brothers that's tight like a noose. With more rhymes than use of Dr. Seuss, a motherfucking mother goose.
Oh my God!
Classic law, fed up from fighting secret war with them fantastic fools.
I knew it!
Steady like tricycles, beware all suckers, froze like icicles. Bag them up, and bagging bitches like nickels, cause I lick them where they tickle. Before I hit the clip though, I'm bagging bitches like nickels. I was still on the part where he's talking about the training wheels. Like, literally, it's been nothing but heat since Who You Think I Am. It's literally been nothing but heat since then. Track number 18. Question mark. They fancy crew, that's no mystery. Like Hardy Boys do with Nancy Drew. Slaughter like, well, I order. I suggest you hand over the formula doula.
Who comes up with this?
Every day feel like it's an off day. With Ferris Bueller. Brother Pool, he to prove they not sweet. No matter how.
Every day feel like it's an off day. Ferris Bueller. Oh my fuck. I just want y'all to know my heart stopped a long time ago.
But ass, what's that wig? Like a Muppet. Keep it simple, can't trust it. Lights the fuel, Mike's the tool. Kinda rock, do if it came in. R.I.P. K-N-I-T, sub-R-O-C.
By candlelight, my hand, I write these rhymes till I'm burnt out. Mostly from experience, shit average females with fake nails to face veils. You out your frame, but still bagging them too. You know I know, these hoes be asking me if I'm...
Is he trying to say that? Oh, wait, okay. Is he trying to refer to them as reptiles too? Like a snake almost? Because he said fake scales.
Everything is going according to plan, man.
Oh my god. Let's get into the last track because I just got a few things to say. Let's just hop into it. Hero versus villain, Epilogue.
Who's the villain? Dead or living? Kill or killing? Who the fuck's really chilling? Maybe it's all good. Really up guy? But who should? Determine the real. Evil. Like the villain in the song. Find truth. Who determines wrong?
This is what I say when I say people like, you know, certain artists were just so ahead of their time. Okay, so that was MF Doom, Operation Doomsday. And Operation Doomsday of the two will probably be bumped more because literally from track 10 to 19 was nothing but an amazing time, a joy to listen to. Group that in with TikTok. Oh my god. Now, first off, I feel like Doom is painting himself as the villain throughout majority of this project, or painting himself as, you know, Dr. Doom with the intention of trying to destroy someone or something. And he mentions rap a lot in this album. He mentions the rappers, he mentions not wanting to be a part of it. He mentions, you know, being, I wouldn't say above or like in a pretentious way at all. I just would think he doesn't want to be a part of, or he didn't want to be a part of that style of music. There were so many whack rappers in his opinion, so he wanted to be above that or separate himself from that, but he also wanted to be rid of it at the same time. So I feel like he wanted to be the villain against rappers. He wanted to be against everyone else, or everyone he thought that was corny, or everyone he thought that was just not worthy of the title or worthy of the genre. I feel like he was trying to paint himself as their villain. I also think this album is really accessible for it to be as old as it is. I mean, I'm not saying it's too old, but at the same time, it has a lot of sounds in here that cater to a broad audience, in my opinion. He's got a lot of samples in here, some that I recognize, some that I do not. I know the most recognizable one for me would probably be Hey. I still don't know what it's from. It's either from an old TV show or an old movie that I've seen before. I don't know where it's from, but I know I've heard it before. It's really easy to listen to him. I don't know if it's his voice or maybe he was young at the time, and you know, I'm listening to someone who's got a lot of energy, a lot of strong delivery for the tracks, but he sounds really easy to listen to. From a lot of these songs, you can hear in just today's rap how many rappers, how many younger rappers, how many other artists he's influenced, because when I listen to some of his music, I get strong vibes of other people, but I know these albums are much earlier, they came much earlier in, you know, the genre of rap. So I definitely see how he inspires so many different people. And I love, you know, some of the constant references to his alter ego, how in a lot of these tracks he's not shaken, he's not, you know, he's really stern with everything that he's trying to say. Not saying that there are huge negatives of this thing, but there are parts in this album I feel like where his flow could be a little bit more versatile. He could probably add a little bit more to the song sometimes, but there's just the good outweighs the bad in so many ways, on so many levels. It's hard to even acknowledge it at some points. Obviously, while you're listening to these songs, that's what you're focusing more on. You're focusing more on the negative if that's what's covering majority of the track. But if there's so much more positive, it's so much harder to focus on the negative aspect of the album. The cover art, it represents, you know, him having a knife down towards the bat. I don't know if the CD or the record that he's got a knife toward. I don't know if that's him saying that he's about to kill rap or he's about to kill, you know, the genre. I don't know if that's what he meant. But the album cover is very appropriate to me, and I definitely like the way it looks. There's a lot of people that consider this his best work. I really can't say I disagree. I think this actually, for me, will have more replay value than everything else I've listened to because of just the consistency and how long I can listen to it now that I feel like I got a good understanding of what he's trying to say. This was a great album for me. It really was. I really enjoyed this project. It's not layered heavy enough to the point where you need, you know, like a fucking degree to try to understand everything that he's trying to say, but it is still layered to some degree, to the point where you may have to give it another listen, or you may have to rewind the track to hear what he just said. And I think that's the good or interesting part about somebody like Doom, is he's not trying to overcomplicate his music, but it still contains something that you need to pay attention to. And that's the fine line I feel that rap needs to be drawn at. You don't have to overcomplicate your music, or even the listeners overcomplicate it. You can put your own message out there, but, you know, make it accessible. Don't make it unnecessarily complicated, because a lot of the times when I listen to some projects, I see that rappers intend for a message to go way over the listener's head, and then when they finally understand it, they realize it wasn't worth all the work that it took to understand what the rapper was trying to say. So I really like the MF Doom. By the way, it's Metal Face. I didn't know that. I found that out. It's Metal Face Doom. I just love how he made this a really accessible album in terms of sound. The quality of it sounds really great. A lot of you guys are telling me about his Vaudeville Villain album. I'm gonna check that one out. Just give me a couple more weeks. Probably sometime at the end of May, maybe early June. I'll be checking that album out. But yeah, this was definitely a great listen for me, and I enjoyed a lot of the tracks. If I find out what that sample is, and it's what I think it's leaning toward, then I'm gonna be so happy, and I'm gonna leave a comment. I'm gonna tell you guys, you know, the nostalgia that it brought to me. I would say the only negative part about it sometimes was the lack of versatility in the beginning. It starts off pretty long-winded, so that if you're not a fan of Doom, you kind of got to get through some hurdles to really get to the point where you begin enjoying the music. But other than that, I think it's good. I think it's accessible. I think if you give it the time that it deserves and you push through it, I think there's a good amount to be taken from this album. Thank you guys for watching this video. Leave your comment down below on what you thought about the project. If you love it, dislike it. Let me know in the comment section down below as well what your favorite MF Doom song is, what your favorite song out of this project was. Mine has to be Hey or TikTok or Tick Tick. I really love those two. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.